Alright guys, today we're going to install a catch can on my 2013 F-150 5.0. Alright guys, this is the catch can we're going to be using today. It's a single valve UPR catch can. It's pretty simple. It's got an intake on the top. This is where the vapor comes out, and it's got a little drain plug on the bottom. The instructions are pretty simple, so this should be a quick job. Also on UPR's website, you can find a couple photos that show you where to move a few things around. Alright guys, so here's everything that came in the kit. We got the catch can itself, a couple of hoses, a little bit of hardware, and a little bit of Loctite. Alright guys, so we're going to start off by moving what's called the ACT sensor. So this guy right here. I'm going to drop it down to this bracket down here, and the catch can is actually, the hardware is actually going to mount where this sensor is right now. Well, that thing's pretty much jacked up. It's not the prettiest job in the world. It's not really sitting flat, but it shouldn't matter. So next we got to take the included hardware. We're going to mount the screw in this bigger hole where the Christmas tree connector was. To bolt in, we're going to install the catch can just using this hole and using the little lock nut that it came with. I'm just going to slowly close the hood and make sure it clears. I saw one guy say he had issues with the catch can itself clearing the hood. Alright guys, so I am having some issues with this. The instructions tell you to mount the catch can right here, but no matter which way I put it, it seems to hit this part of the hood when it's trying to close. Now, one guy that did a review on it on Stage Three's website mentioned they had to actually mount it down by the hood latch, so I'm assuming they meant these little bolts right here. So I think I'm going to give that a try. He said the hoses were still long enough, so we're going to give that a shot real quick. Alright guys, so what I actually ended up doing, at first I thought I was going to have to mount it to one of these, but I found this little tab down here. It is plastic, but it does seem pretty sturdy. It should be able to hold this catch can. It's actually where they told you to relocate this little ACT sensor, so if this location works out, then I'll probably just put this back up where it originally was. Got to test the hoses and make sure they're still long enough to reach down here, but the little valve on the bottom is still accessible. There's room under here to drain it, and the hoses coming out of here shouldn't get in the way of anything. Alright, so I took this guy off. This is the little Pcv hose that comes from the factory. And what you have is you just have these little gray clips that help it connect to the factory connectors. I'll show you real quick where it was connected. So you have one on top of the passenger side valve cover, and then one connector that goes into the intake manifold. And that's where these hoses are actually going to connect. So now I'm going to try and route them and see how well it works. Alright guys, so I actually routed this one hose wrong. This is the hose that goes out from the catch can back to the intake manifold. The way you tell the difference, it's got what's called this little check valve on it, and it's got a little arrow on it. And the instructions say to have that arrow pointed away from the catch can, so I actually had it backwards, so I'm going to reinstall it. Alright guys, so as you can see, everything is installed. This little mounting point down here seemed to work out fine. As you can see, the catch can here, the little inlet, this is connected to the passenger side valve cover. The little side exit to the catch can is routed over here to the intake manifold. Now these hoses are pretty nice. They've got a good strong material to them. They have little quick disconnect hardware on them. Those are pretty nice. As far as routing the hoses go, I just pulled away this little corner of this. There's another one of those little Christmas tree connectors in here where it was kind of screwed in, but honestly I just kind of tore it, and then through here, this little corner, you can route the hoses through. So now the only thing to do is really, I'm going to start the truck up, make sure nothing's leaking, make sure I'm not getting any weird noises or anything like that. After a couple weeks I'll come back, I'll drain the filter and see what we caught. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up this install video. I'll come back at a later date, drain out the can and see how it did. The install was a little trickier than I thought it was going to be, just because I think this can is universal for the 3.5 EcoBoost and the 5.0s. So I think that causes a few little issues, but so far I like this little mounting point that it's got. I'm hoping it works all right. Everything seemed to fit. The hoses are plenty long. Hopefully this video helps you guys out. If you did like this video, smash that like button, subscribe, and stick around for more videos. Y'all take care.